for my girlfriend's closet basically came up when La Italia shoe boutique closed, because that is where I worked from the time I was a high school student. My now girlfriend Monique, we didn't know each other at the time, but we shared a passion for fashion. She said, why don't you come? You're always shopping. Why don't you come and work at the store? And so I did. We became very close. And then when the refinery closed, she also closed. And I was saying, oh my goodness, I'm gonna miss this feeling of like being with my girlfriend and having a beautiful place to shop. So you know what happens when one door closes and you don't find that door that opens, you open the door for yourself. So you create the opportunity for yourself. So I said, okay, I guess that means I just gotta open a store. And you know, my girlfriend's closet was inspired really by 4 girlfriends. Myself, my sister, my mom, and my niece, because we are like this. You see one, you see the other. And so the concept of my girlfriend's closet is, one, when you need something to wear, you always go to your girlfriend's closet, like, hey girl, do you have this? Do you have this? And then also the style was also inspired by the 4 of us, because we each have such a different style. So that was the inspiration, to really share a different style, have it be based on the connections and relationships with women. And of course, a place where women could just be themselves. So this is my sister Xaulanda, but for my girlfriend's closet, she is our classy professional. So remember, I shared that the store was inspired by 4 different styles. And so we had the chic trendsetter, which is me, the comfy bohemian, which was mommy, right? And then no casual bohemian, which was Xaulanda. I know, right? Xauskya. And then we had the classy professional, which is Xaulanda, because she's always, you know, very professional, conservative, and we love that. And so this is Xaulanda, my sister, aka the MGC classy professional.
What do you think about this?
I think it's amazing. You know, when Kimi came with the idea of starting a store, I was like, are you crazy? That's a lot of work. But you know, it's a testament to when somebody has a idea and putting action behind that idea and really making it a vision. And who would have thought that 10 years later, you know, from that little itty bitty idea, we're now a huge MGC boutique with a international community of girlfriends that follow the store. We have designers here that are just, you know, from all over the world that are part of the community. And so who would have also thought that a little island like St. Croix that you could barely see on the map is now an international idea. And it's really a testament to, you know, Kimi's visionary leadership, her putting her heart and passion into what it is that she really likes to do, which is fashion and friendship. Yes, and I say it's a testament to us as girlfriends, because I couldn't do it by myself, y'all. That's where that support of girlfriendism really comes in. So I say it's a testament to us. So as Kimi said, girlfriendism started with 4 girlfriends. Kimi, my mom, myself, and now Xauskya, who is my daughter. And we brought her in because she needs to have that entrepreneurial spirit. She needs to understand what it takes to take an idea, to have a vision, and to make sure that it becomes a reality. So she's in it with us. We're all in this together.
I love being the bohemian, actually. I think that my style is very different from the rest of the family. And sometimes, you know, they're like, Xauskya, you really gonna wear that? I'm like, yeah. I really wear this. So I love it. I think it's new and fresh, and I know other people my age who wear it, and so I think that having that style in the store also attracts like
a different audience. Yes. So yeah, as Xauskya said, you know, she has a different style, so she brings that casual bohemian flair to the store. But I think that's really what it is. It's celebrating how we're similar, but also how we're different, because that's what makes girlfriends. That's what brings girlfriendism alive, because it wouldn't be fun if we were all just a chic trendsetter or we were all just classy professional. It's that mixture, that pilau, like we say, right? That really makes it tasty and just fruitful, and that's what we love, celebrating girlfriends, how they're unique, and that's where we aim to empower women through fashion, faith, and friendship. So having been in business, under my girlfriend's closet for almost 10 years, there was definitely a need to expand and to grow. And so that is where girlfriendism became a thing. It started off as something that would describe how women felt when they came to my girlfriend's closet. And it was a term that we used, like hashtag girlfriendism. And then we were like, wait a minute, this girlfriendism thing is a real thing. It is something that we have truly created on St. Croix that women globally are starting to embrace. So last year, even though we were amidst COVID, we expanded our business. And so now MGC is just representing a brick and mortar place where it all began, but now it has evolved to girlfriendism, which includes fitness, fashion, wellness, business, philanthropy, and travel. So now we're really trying to take this message of girlfriendism from this itty bitty island of St. Croix to this global platform through all of these different avenues. Hence why this year, as we celebrate our 1-year anniversary of girlfriendism and 10-year anniversary of my girlfriend's closet, we're having the girlfriendism retreat, where we can bring women together in person after being in lockdown for almost a year. We want to have a retreat because we do want to ensure that it is safe and it is intimate. So of course we're going to be very, very particular about that. But it's also a place for us to be able to do this engagement and connecting and an empowerment, utilizing and tapping into all of those branches. So in addition to bringing women together, as we come off of COVID, there's also this need for women in business to feel connected. Because I think that sometimes we're so busy and caught up doing our work and our business, it can consume us, and we don't get an opportunity to always connect with other women, which means that we can sometimes feel very lonely in the process. We may not realize that the challenges that we're facing, other women in business are facing. And so it's so necessary for us to not only connect with women, but carve this time out, right? Because we're talking about women who are really busy doing a lot of things. So if it's not in the calendar, and make it worse, if you're somebody like me who barely trying to figure out, do I keep it in the phone? Do I keep it in the calendar? It's very hard to pin us down. And so having a retreat structure helps women in business and leadership, or anyone who's interested in even being in that sphere, to say, you know what, I'm going to carve this time out. I'm going to put it in my calendar. Not only is this my self-care time to kind of really get reconnected with my own passion, because sometimes working can be exhausted. We need that time where we can come back and say, this is why I do what I do, but to connect with other women who are like-minded and are just as passionate as well. And so that's why I'm so excited to have these lovely ladies, because again, not only did they inspire my girlfriend's closet and our theme, but also for the retreat, it's about engaging other women in business. And these beautiful ladies here, they have their own business. So aside from being my sister and my niece, they have their own business, the Xauskya Group. And I'm so blessed that they came on as sponsors, because the planning I could never do on my own. I got the vision, but that's why I even have this one here. And that's exciting too, because the retreat, we're gonna have mother-daughter ventures. We're gonna have little ones who are 3 and 4 who have their own businesses. So we're looking at generational legacy. So I'm so excited to have Xauskya and Xaulanda on, so they can tell you about the Xauskya Group and how this is going to be exciting with the first annual Girlfriendism.
So the Xauskya Group actually was birthed out of the necessity for entrepreneurs who happen to be my friends calling me and saying, Xaulanda, I need your advice on this. Xaulanda, I need your help on this. So I remember us driving down 408 in Florida, and I had just gotten off of one of those calls from a friend of mine, and this one here is like, Mom, you give out all this free advice. When are you going to start a business? And I was like, been there, done that. Not doing it again. And she just kept persisting. She's like, you can do it, Mom. You need to do it. So it's nice to have that support.
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, if I'm going to do it, you're going to do it with me.
Girlfriendism right there.
We're in this together. And I'm so glad that we did it, because I'm able to really tap into my passion projects, the things I love. I love strategic planning. I love coming up with a vision and figuring out how we're going to execute this and make it amazing. And what's really, really nice is a lot of entrepreneurs don't always have time to work on the administrative part. They work on the vision, they work in the business, but the administrative stuff really consumes a lot of their time. And so I am blessed to have Xauskya, because she works the administrative part for Xauskya, but she's also the virtual assistant for Girlfriendism.
Thank God, y'all, because I'd be a hot mess otherwise.
So it's really about, you know, individual girlfriends, even though we're related, to be able to really help and nurture each other's individual visions, but collectively coming together, because at the end of the day, there's enough for all of us. There really isn't no need for us to be competitive. We need to come from a mindset of abundance. And I think that that is important when it comes to the retreat, because we have girlfriends coming in from the mainland. It's not just girlfriends from St. Croix, okay? We have girlfriends that are going to be dialing in from around the world. Sharing their experiences, sharing their knowledge, sharing their tips, and many of them are industry leaders. These aren't just anybody who's just starting. There's people who are starting to people who have been doing this for many, many years. So there really is a fertile environment for us to help each other grow and thrive and feel empowered after that retreat to go out and to just go conquer our dreams. You know, as a mother, and an entrepreneur and a leader in the community, it's always easy for us to tap into people who are our own age or within the same industries. But there are hidden talents and hidden perspectives that we miss if we don't tap into the younger generation that's now coming up. And I feel blessed. Sometimes it gets a little tense because we're both very strong-willed women, and I'm like, listen, I'm your mother, but she's like, yes, but I have a unique point of view that you really need to consider as we're helping to serve this brilliant mom. And so it's nice to have a younger person who's just launching into her career, have a different perspective, share that with us. And how is that affecting your relationship with friends in your same age group?
So, honestly, I think at our age is like a weird age. It's kind of like we just graduated college, and so it's like, do I go into the workforce? Do I go back to school? If I do go into the workforce, like what do I do? And then like, you know, just every part of our life is so like in the air that it's kind of hard to really know what to do. But I feel like a lot of people our age are very innovative and they're very like creative, and I have seen a lot of people my age start their own businesses and start to branch out from the normal like traditional way. So I love it. I love being able to tell my friends like, yeah, me and my mom have a company. Like, you know?
She's a chief analyst, you know? Yes. And she's on it. I have to say, anyone who says that this generation just doesn't want to work, and sometimes she gets back to me on things that I'm supposed to be. I'm like, girl, can I have you're on it. Like, I'm like, I can't keep up with you. But she is on it and very dedicated, and I think that's when we talk about that generational legacy and how we build that next generation of entrepreneurs who have the option of whether they want to work for someone or work for themselves.
So in my generation, I feel like we look to social media a lot. I think that a lot of things that are happening on social media, we're like, well, my life isn't like that, or I'm not doing that well, you know, and I think we tend to compare ourselves and criticize ourselves a lot based on what we see on social media, and then we also don't help each other through social media. Sometimes we're like, yeah, no, that doesn't look good, you know, or we're not supportive over social media. So I think it's important that we do find our group of girlfriends or do find a group of friends that will help us in our day-to-day life and kind of remind us, like, you know, sometimes what's on social media just isn't the reality of the situation. So I think it's important that we all do come together in person and definitely talk to each other and be like, hey, it's okay, you're doing the best you can, you know, and if you need help with something that I'm great at, then I'll definitely help you. And if I know someone else who's great at something that you need, then I'll connect you two together.
So for the Girlfriendism retreat, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot happening in one short time, but it's all necessary, right? Because we're looking at the whole woman. I think that's another thing sometimes in business. We just see the businesswoman as what's in the front. We want this retreat to be about all the things that go on behind the scenes, what's happening within her. So we're going to have, you know, a series of events that range from health and wellness to, of course, the fun things like fashion, to conversations with other women in business and leadership. How do we, you know, utilize our platforms to also talk about the things that are happening in our community that affect us, that we may not be able to talk about as women in business all the time. And so we're gonna have a very full, meaningful, but also fun weekend, right? Because this is self-care, balance with meaningful connection. So we're really marrying the two. So it'll be a wonderful, wonderful weekend with engaging all parts of our mind, body, and soul. So we're super, super excited. So for more information about our first annual Girlfriendism retreat, folks can go to www.girlfriendism.com. At that landing page, you'll find out about all things Girlfriendism. For information specific to the retreat, you go to girlfriendism.com/G-retreat. That's where you'll get information about what inspired the retreat, what's going to be happening, who are our sponsors and our collaborators, right? And then if you're like, listen, it sounds down, so just get me there, then you can go to www.girlfriendism.com/register for events, and you'll be able to see all that we're offering for this wonderful event that happens on National Girlfriend Day. So National Girlfriend Day, y'all, is August 1st every year. So like we said, this is first annual. We're looking forward to having it every year. So you may as well just mark out your calendars from now for every year around August 1st, because that is National Girlfriend Day. And I don't honestly know where that originated from, but right now it's for Girlfriendism. It was reserved just for us. It was just waiting. So it's going to be, the retreat itself will be from July 30th to August 1st for our collaborators, and from July 31st to August 1st for our participants. And you can block out those dates for this year and, of course, years to come.